Hi, Random Cobra Trooper here, aka Johnny Havoc. We normally make most of our costumes from scratch, but today I wanted to show you a costume that you not necessarily need to make everything from scratch. So I introduced to you my classic Cobra Trooper. So we're going to start top to bottom like we always do. With the helmet, this is a helmet that I bought online from an eBay vendor probably 7 or 8 years ago, maybe a little longer. It's very good quality. It's made from fiberglass, just shy of a 1/4 inch thick. It came pre-painted, but I had to add my own padding. You want to make sure that it sits on your head properly and doesn't fall off. Moving down from there, we have the baklava, or as I call it, a ninja hood. You can find these on Amazon for anywhere from $7 to $20, but you probably want to try to find one that doesn't have a seam that goes right down the center, because that sometimes digs into your nose and won't be very comfortable. As we move down, you'll see my tunic or my coat. This is based upon a surplus BDU coat that I had. Newton and I took apart the coat, or seam ripped it, and we used it as a template. One of the things we did was we expanded the chest to provide more room and create a double breast. This provides more room for the chest emblem. You'll notice a Cobra patch on my left arm. Both these things I ordered online. You can find them from different vendors on Etsy. The vendor I used was very nice and was able to color match to help match my uniform, which that would be beneficial if you're doing a different costume, let's say like a Crimson Guard. Moving down, you can see, just like the classic Cobra Troopers, I have a tactical ammo vest. Mine's in black. It has 2 side pouches, which you can put your phone or wallet, whatnot. Mine are just filled with foam right now to help fill them out and make them look like there's actually something in them. In the front, I have slots for the magazines for my assault rifle. These are actually plastic AK-47 magazines. The funny thing is, I went with those because when I was looking for magazines to fill this out, instead of using, sometimes blocks of wood or 3D printing something, I found that it was cheaper to actually buy real plastic magazines than it was to just get airsoft magazines or some other kind of surplus. The nice thing is, since these are plastic, these are fairly lightweight, and they definitely fill up everything, and they look like they're meant to be there. They definitely look like they belong to this. This is an airsoft weapon that I found online. Again, it was fairly cheap. I think I only paid like maybe $45 to $60 for it. I added a grenade launcher to the front. This is just made out of PVC pipe, some high impact styrene, some PVC sheet. It's screwed together so it's held in place and secure. It gives it a more menacing look. But the funny thing is, if you notice, nowhere on me do I have any place for extra grenade rounds, but that's just how it goes. It's super lightweight. I added a sling so that if you go to conventions, you can get it out of your way. The last thing we have on the upper body would be the gloves. Again, you can just find these online. They have the hard knuckles so that you can try to punch G.I. Joe in the face, but we know that's not going to happen. For the belt buckle, those of you with a keen eye might notice that it looks very much like the Cobra emblems that you would see on the Terrordrome playset. That's because it is. It's a copy of the actual emblems that came on the side of the Terrordrome. I had some silicone and I molded it, then I cast it in resin, and then that became my belt buckle. I like the idea that Cobra has standardized uniform components, and in the case of the Cobra infantrymen, they're issued a pretty plain looking belt buckle, but depending on your specialization, like if you were a Viper or Crimson Guard, you'd get a different looking belt buckle that might have bronze or gold or red on it. Okay, we've gotten the top part of the uniform covered, including the belt buckle. Now for the lower portion, and it gets even easier. The pants are a military style cargo pants, just like many SWAT teams or tactical police units have. That means finding these pants are pretty easy. They've got pockets galore, sometimes pockets inside of pockets. You can find similar pants online for about $20. The knee pads are just cheap knockoff military style knee pads. They provide the look without costing a lot, but keep an eye out for the elastic, because over time they can stretch out. The boots, like everything else for this costume, are low-cost knockoffs of real tactical gear. Again, easy to find and surprisingly comfortable. These are actually my most comfortable boots for any costume. If you hadn't noticed, I based my costume on the Sideshow Toys 1/6 scale Cobra Trooper. When Sideshow made these figures, they took a real-world approach and imagined what G.I. Joe and Cobra would look like as modern militaries. It makes you wish that the movies had done the same, but the less that we talk about those movies, the better.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Okay guys, that was my Cobra Trooper. This has been a short video, but this is a minimal effort costume that will probably run you about $300 for all the pieces. The two most complicated parts to get will be the helmet and the coat. One of the fun things about this costume is how much you can customize it. You can use different patches and make yourself a Cobra officer. Or you can carry a sniper rifle, or carbine, or even RPG, and they'll all look appropriate with this costume. It's fun to wear to events and conventions because you never know who you're gonna meet. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Cobra.